Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to talk about two-way refrigerators and how to get the most that you can out of them, because they don't always cool as well as we all would like. A while back I made a simple video about some things you could check to make sure that your doors were sealing and things like that on a four-door fridge, and this applies to both Dometics and Norcolds. And because someone asked me in one of the Facebook groups that I belong to if I could do that, and so I did, and that got some views, but was really sort of basic. Are the door seals working? Are the door flaps working? And I want to be clear that today we're talking about two-way refrigerators or absorption refrigerators or RV refrigerators, not residential refrigerators or any kind of compressor fridge. If you've got one of those, you're in the wrong video. You can just click on to the next one because there's lots more. But absorption fridges require more than anything good ventilation and good sealing to work. So we talked a little bit about good sealing in that first video. Today we're going to talk about how even if your sealing is really good, you may not be getting the cooling performance that you would like or need, and what you can do about that. So that's what today's video is about. So let's go outside and take a look out there, and then I'll show you what we're looking at. So here's the back side of the refrigerator in my fifth wheel. And my fifth wheel is a Winnebago Voyage, if you're curious. They made them for a couple of years before Winnebago bailed on the fifth wheel market again. And you'll see that it's got an opening at the bottom and an opening up at the top. Now, if your absorption fridge is not in a slide, like this one is, you'll only have the one at the bottom. And instead of this one at the top, you actually have an opening in the roof with a vent cover over it so that the air comes in the bottom and goes straight out the roof. They work better that way. But in a lot of times, you're going to find the fridge is in a slide, and so you have the openings like this. Well, this is not as good, because instead of the air flowing straight up and out, it has to come in, turn, and then turn again and get out. And when you're relying on ventilation for your fridge to work, that's not the best answer. So the problem with our fridge was that we, in the middle of summer, even with everything working as well as it could, the fridge was still wandering up over 40 degrees in the summer, in the middle of the day, sometimes 42, 44, 45, and that's not good enough. You know, you have to start worrying about food spoilers and stuff like that, and of course, everything in your freezer is like half frozen. So what can you do? Well, I did some research and came up with what I thought was going to be a good answer, and I actually installed what I'm going to show you last fall, but I waited until now to do this video because I wanted to make sure that it worked on the hot days before I started sharing it with you and telling you that I thought it would work. So let's open this up and take a look inside, and I'll show you what I did. Stand by. Alright, so you remember I said that ventilation is important. There is that bottom opening, and then if we come up the top, I've got the cover off up here so you can see a little bit. Let me there we go. And it comes with, when they put the four-door fridges in a slide, they put three little computer fans in there. They're not computer fans, but you know, they look like that. And they push a little bit of air, but not a lot of air. And this is the thing that we're trying to cool off here. This is where the heat gets rejected, and by the law of thermodynamics, that means that this gets cold down below, and that's what makes the fridge get cold. But you got to have good airflow. Now, I bought a fan kit from Beach Lane, and here, I'll show you what it looks like on Amazon. Here's the kit that I chose to use from Beach Lane. It's 12 volt, two 5.5-inch fans. It mounts on one of the vents. You can adjust the temperature setting. It comes with a remote, and it has a thermostat built in. This is a great kit, high ratings. All right, so now let me show you what it looks like installed. Now, I would say that if I had my druthers, I would have installed it in the upper opening so that it was pushing hot air out. But it's not possible with this fridge because of those fins on the back are so close to the opening that just won't work. There's no way to make the fans fit. And so as an alternative, Beach Lane says you can install them down here. But even down here is pretty tight. Let me show you how it works. See if I can do this without, making a disaster. Because right now, the fans are running. And they're not too loud. But because the burner assembly in the chimney is over on this side, there's really only room for it on this side. And they come with these nice little brackets so that you can mount them on here. And then they also come with the wiring that you need, and there's a heat sensor that's up at the top. And then there's a remote which you can just stick in here, but I put inside, and I'll show that to you in just a second. These fans have made all the difference. And you can select whether to set the speed of them manually or to let them decide automatically what speed they want to run at based on the temperature. I usually leave it in automatic, and they got really good results, which I'm going to show you in a second. This is not a how-to video, but I would tell you that this took about 10 minutes. They come with little clips that they clip right on the back of these. They're designed to go on these openings in these cutouts. And right now they're running at, I don't know, probably half, 3/4 speed. And they make a little noise, but they're not too loud. Alright, so that's what the install is. Let me button this all back up, and then I'll take you inside and show you how well it works. Alright, so we're back inside, and I wanted to show you the remote. Some people are just sort of stuff the remote in the back, and that works, I guess, but I was looking for something a little more, I don't know, neat. And so there's actually room over the fridge to run the wires, and so I poked a little hole here, and it comes with two-sided tape. And then there's the controller for those fans. You can run them either in manual, where you can set whatever speed you want, or you can run them in auto, and it'll take the temperature in the back of the fridge and it'll run the fans according to what temperature you want to try to get to. It works really well, and let me show you how well. Alright, now that it's all done, I want to show you how I know that it works. I'm in Florida today, and Central Florida, and it's somewhere in the mid-90s, but here's the little control panel that shows the fans are working. And let's come down and look at, I've got temperature sensors in both the fridge and the freezer. Let's see if I can get this without a reflection. That's kind of hard, but you can see the freezer's at 9.7 degrees, the fridge is at 34.5. Now that's as good as it's ever been, and I want to show you this too so you'll know I'm not kidding. It's all of 94 outside, and yesterday it was 96. Same thing. Fridge in the mid-30s, freezer at around 10. So there you go. I finally have a decent working Dometic 4-door refrigerator, and based on everything I've been able to find out, what works for the Dometic 4-door will also work for the Norcold. They're actually fairly similar when you get right down to it. Alright, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. And if you find value in these videos, I invite you to like and leave a comment and even subscribe. It helps my channel get seen by more people. And don't forget, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't take free merchandise from anybody. This is just me, and this is you. And I'm hoping you find content you like. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.